This
be
conference will
discussed.
now be recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes. Got it.
Okay. Right. Now this is about FIMM integration. Here, this is also called as P2P cycle, and here you will have purchase requisition, purchase order, goods receipt, invoice receipt, outgoing payment, and bank reconciliation. Same way for the O2C cycle. So purchase requisition, you will have inquiry. Let us remove this. This is not mandatory. Let us begin from here. This is where actually the actual cycle begins. Same thing you tell even in the interview. Whatever we are discussing, try to explain the similar points. Purchase order will become sales order here. Goods receipt will be delivery or post goods issue or PGI. So we normally call it with three terms. Remember these three terms here. This is invoice receipt, and this will be your customer billing. Outgoing payment will be incoming payment. Bank reconciliation is as usual. Are the points clear here? For FIMM integration, you'll have to talk about purchase order, goods receipt, invoice receipt, outgoing payment, and bank reconciliation. Same way for the SD integration, sales order, delivery, billing, incoming payment, and bank reconciliation. Okay. Now, purchase order, no accounting entry. Same way, sales order also no accounting entry. Just a minute. Purchase order no accounting entry. Sales order also no accounting entry. Goods receipt, there will be an accounting entry. So under goods receipt, you will have inventory debit, GRIR credit. So this is your goods receipt. Let me highlight this. This I'll explain multiple times. Don't worry. This is just at high level that we are seeing today. And for the delivery, anybody know the accounting entry for delivery?
Sales debit. Sorry, sales credit, customer.
No. So it will be like cost of goods sold debit, inventory credit. Okay. Let me for the invoice receipt. Any idea, anyone? What will be the entry here?
Purchase to vendor.
No.
Yeah.
Wrong.
GRIR account debit to vendor.
Vendor.
GRIR debit vendor.
GRIR debit, vendor credit. Okay. This also let us have it. And here,
Cost of source credit.
Yeah, customer is
no,
debit.
customer debit,
The inventory is sales.
sales credit. Customer debit, sales credit. Now, outgoing payment,
Vendor is
Vendor bank
debit. Bank is
credit.
bank.
vendor debit, bank outgoing credit. Right? And here,
Bank debit. Customer credit.
which bank? When you say bank,
Back in incoming.
incoming debit,
Coming debit.
customer credit.
Customer credit.
Now, what about here?
Outgoing bank debit. Sorry, incoming bank credit. Outgoing bank.
Bank outgoing debit, bank income credit. Correct? Huh?
Yeah.
I am writing BRS entry because we did BRS. Because some people in the interview they expect including BRS entry when you talk about FIMM, FIST integration. They want to know full cycle until BRS. And what is the entry here?
Yeah,
Bank
main bank account
incoming
debit.
debit. Main bank debit.
Main bank account. Yeah.
Bank,
Incoming.
correct? Huh? Is this correct? Now, this is first point. In this inventory account debit. Now,
Yeah.
goods rate. This is like
Sir,
automatic. Yeah. Yes. So this is usually a manual entry. Okay. How many automatic entries you have here?
3.
If you talk about only P2P cycle or FIMM integration,
three.
okay, only in FIMM integration, how many automatic entries we have?
3.
3, correct? Huh? So when you talk about automatic entry, what does it mean? Are we posting manually or entries generated in the background automatically?
It's a kind like entries posted in subledger. It is moving to subledger to main ledger.
No, 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 no. When you tell automatic entry, only two options. Option number one, you are posting it manually. Option number two, it is getting posted automatically in the background. No subledger. Is it manual
Automatically.
debiting, manual crediting, or it is getting debited, credited automatically? Is the point,
It is automatically in system.
Purchase team
right?
will enter. No?
Right.
Yeah.
So it will get recorded automatically in the background, which means there is nobody debiting inventory account, there is nobody crediting GRIR account. This accounting entry is mapped in the backend. Like you have done BRS configuration, right? Everybody, when you upload statement, are you recording a debit credit or it is getting posted by default the moment you save the BRS? What is happening?
By default, it is posting.
Right? Entries are getting posted automatically based on the configuration that you have done. Correct? Same way, for your FIMM, for your FIST integration, there is a automatic account determination settings. Now, in the interview, first point you'll have to talk about FIMM integration starts from purchase order. So, based on the purchase order, you will create goods receipt, and based on the goods receipt, you will create invoice receipt. Based on the invoice receipt, you will create outgoing payment. Based on the outgoing payment, you will create bank reconciliation or you will perform BRS. So you have to tell purchase order, goods receipt, invoice receipt, outgoing payment, bank reconciliation. But your FIMM integration is between these two. Let me highlight in yellow. This is what is your exact FIMM integration. Same way, this is your FISD integration. Clear? So your FI and MM are getting integrated only with goods receipt and invoice receipt, and your FISD is getting integrated with delivery and billing. Clear? Any doubt? At this one-liner base point, is it clear where exactly your FIMM is getting integrated? Because we are writing 5-6 steps, but the actual integration point is only 2 level. 2 level in MM, 2 level in SD. Is that clear?
Sir, I had it here.
Yeah, go ahead.
In real time, it is like what discussed purchase and goods received like GRIR. It is applicable for only manufacturing industries or any sales industry, also IT industries also.
Any industry, if there is a purchase order, it can be any industry.
Okay.
Normally, most of the purchases in any industry, whether it is manufacturing, service, or automobile, whatever it is, all the purchases are through orders only, which is nothing but purchase orders. So it is a very common thing in every client, common business process. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But some of companies have not followed the like a GRIR accounting process.
If they don't have GRIR accounting process, then what they will do is they will have service invoices. For service invoices, somebody wants to have GR based invoice, somebody wants to have IR based invoice. When you have
Invoice
GR
receipt,
based
right?
in,
Only.
so based on purchase order,
Yeah.
if it is a GR based invoice, you will get goods receipt here, this one. If it is non-GR based invoice or if it is a direct IR based invoice, you will not have this step. Based on the purchase order, straight away you will record the invoice. That time it will be expense account debit or inventory account debit, your vendor account credit. But that is very, very rare.
Okay.
Clear? Now, let me show you purchase order first. Before we discuss in detail about how entries are coming, I want you to know certain points. I don't want to add them in the middle, so that right from the beginning, I want you to know the relevant steps. ME21N. So this is normally a purchase order screen. This is not our responsibility. This is not our area. This is purely MM consultant activity. So what I'll do is, let me Okay. So what is this? Wherever I put my cursor, what is the text that you are able to see for my cursor, at my cursor?
The
What you are
purchase
able to
organization.
see?
Purchase
No,
organization.
no, 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 no. Here, here, here.
Here, okay, okay. Say account
Assignment
account
category.
asset category.
Okay. This is nothing but account assignment category. What you need to know? Account assignment category. So I'm just skipping this for now. First one. Account assignment category. So which account assignment category? PO account assignment category. Now, out of this, here you will be using A for asset and the other one. I'm just writing the mandatory ones or most commonly which we will use, and you need to know as a FICO consultant. I'm not writing everything. How many I have written here? How many categories did I write?
4
4.
category.
4. This blank means this is blank, correct? This is what when I say blank. I'm not filling anything, that is blank. Clear? Clear everyone? Why I have written blank? If you don't assign any account assignment category, then that purchase order is for a material. Am I clear? People will ask what is the account assignment category for a material. Don't tell M. Okay, so this purchase order account assignment category is mandatory in every purchase order. We will be creating purchase order everything. So I'll configure or I'll show the basic configuration for the logistics very shortly, because the next topic that we are focusing on is your asset accounting and FIMM, FISD integration. These are very, very important from the interview point of view. Whatever the topics we are going to do at 7 p.m. is exclusively for the interview points. That is the reason I'm skipping all these small topics, and wherever it is not related, I'm not explaining them. Those are all the small ones which I'm skipping now. Everything we will cover at the end, all the small bits and pieces, right? Account assignment category, if it is a blank, then it is for a material. If account assignment category is A, then purchase order is created for an asset. If the account assignment category is F, then that purchase order is created for an order. Order can be internal order, production order, process order. Okay. And if the account assignment category is K, then purchase order is created for a cost center. Clear? Just remember the terminology, just remember these one-liners. That is enough. Is this clear? 4 type of account assignment categories? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Right? Now,
Yeah.
after purchase order, what is the next entry?
Invoice receipt.
After purchase order, goods receipt.
Goods.
Goods receipt, and this is the entry. Correct? After purchase order, there is a goods receipt, and this is the entry. Am I right?
Yes.
Just give me a minute.
Hello. Hello. What Ajay discussed in now? Hello.
If he's talking about P2P cycle and O2C cycle
Okay.
and FIMM integration and FISD integration. He just started.
Only started or he started at session at 6:45, right? Now it's 7:45.
Earlier
So
he's
what?
addressing the issues, addressing the APP related issues.
Okay. And when did he start? This O2C and P2P?
Sorry,
When did he start this O2C and P2P?
10-15 minutes ago.
Okay. Fine.
Hello. Right. Sorry. Yeah. After purchase order, we have goods receipt. Correct? What is the normal accounting entry for goods receipt?
Inventory debit, goods credit.
Correct. Inventory debit, GRIR account credit. Okay. Now this is applicable here. Inventory debit, GRIR credit. Okay. So this accounting entry is applicable where? When the account assignment in purchase order is blank. If this is the scenario, what is the purchase order created for? This one, the highlighted one. It is
Cost
created
center.
for cost center. If you create a purchase order for cost center, you cannot debit inventory. So here you will normally have expense in bracket, cost element, okay, with cost center debit, GRIR credit. Clear? So expense account, this expense account is a cost element. Everybody knows, right? To assign cost center, cost element is mandatory. Yes, no?
Yes.
If you wanted to assign cost center, that GL account must be created as a cost element. So that is the reason we have written expense account in bracket cost element with cost center debit and GRIR account credit. Clear?
Yeah.
Now here also the same thing. If it is F order, same accounting entry. What gets changed here?
Internal
What I
order.
need to replace? So
Format with
F will
internal.
be replaced by order. Here it will be asset. Here it will be asset account debit. Now let us look at this here. Let me select K first. Okay. Now I'll take item number 10, account assignment category. Let me go with cost center. So some kind of test. This I'm going to show in detail. Okay. And some plant it is asking. I'll give a P0. Just ignore whatever I'm giving. I'll show you the full configuration here. Now, if you look at this, cost center, if I have given account assignment category, down below at the PO line item, do you find one field called account assignment? Can you see this account assignment tab here? There are multiple tabs under purchase order,
Yes.
but you'll have to look at account assignment tab. Here, you need to fill the GL account and then cost center, this cost center. Okay, you need to fill one cost center, maybe AP0101, like this. Clear? Like this, you need to fill the entry. Now, your debit on this will be expense account with cost center. Are you giving expense account in the debit?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right? Are you also giving cost center in the purchase order?
Yes.
So your debit entry will straight away come from the purchase order. Your debit entry will come from where? It will come from the purchase order, cost element, which is nothing but GL account, and the cost center. So this is a debit and the credit is GRIR account. Is this clear? At least half, because only when we see it practically you will get connected to this. Till then it's a kind of a tricky part. But people will literally ask these questions. What will be the accounting entry if a purchase order is created with account assignment category SK? Most of the people will tell inventory account debit, GRIR account credit. When you are creating purchase order for cost center, inventory account will not come, because account assignment category K requires a GL account and cost center manually. Clear?
Can you once explain? I'm not able to understand.
When you are creating purchase order with the account assignment category SK, which is nothing but cost center, then your debit will come from the purchase order, account assignment tab, cost element, and cost center. Okay. Here you will give GL account and cost center. This is, we are not doing it in detail. This is just one-liners that I am telling you now.
Okay.
We will do in detailed configuration. Yeah, just an overview. Just remember this point. The account assignment category is K. Your debit will come from the purchase order. Credit will come from FIMM integration. That I'll write in detail. That I'll write tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Clear? Your debit will come from.
No, still I have some confusion on that. Still I'm not able to understand.
No, just don't try to understand it completely, because we are not discussing it completely. Just try to understand. If the purchase order account assignment category is K, this is the accounting order. That's it.
Accounting is what? Expense. Normal entry is expense to GRIR, right?
Correct. Expense to GRIR.
Now here
it is inventory. If your purchase order is created with account assignment category as blank, then accounting entry will be inventory debit, GRIR credit.
Okay, in cost center scenario, it will be expense to GRIR.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Because people will specifically ask these things in the interview. They just wanted to test what will be the accounting entry if the account category is this. Probably you would have got this question somewhere.
They have the logic behind this. We are expensing out this, right? This inventory. That is the logic.
No,
we are not gonna.
There is no inventory here. There's no
inventory.
There's no inventory. If there is inventory, definitely inventory account will be debited.
Then what is the expense then? What is the use of then? We are creating purchase order for expense.
You will have goods and services, correct?
Okay, service. You are talking about service.
This is service. I'm not using this specific terminology. With this terminology, I don't want to create confusion. So I'm just telling in general. In generic terminology, I'm just trying to explain what happens. Okay. So this is the entry in case if the account assignment category is K. And one more thing. If the category is F, which is order, then you will be debiting expense account, but with the account assignment as order. Same accounting entry. If it is K, cost center will be assigned. If it is F, your order will be assigned. Same way, if it is A, internal order.
Only internal order.
Internal order, production order, or process order, whatever the order. Normally internal order or production order.
But we are creating purchase order and we are debiting production order.
That is why do not think too much now, because this is just at the basic level.
Just idea.
Idea. This I'm giving an overview in case if somebody is trying to attend an interview or somebody is asking you what is FIMM integration, at least the points that you're talking are relevant. Forget about how we are going to do it in system, because it's a time taking topic. It's a very lengthy one. Right? Same way, if you want asset related purchase order, you want to purchase an asset and for which you are placing an order, then your account assignment category will be A here. it will be A, and here you will find the asset. You'll have to give the asset number here. So this account, this asset will be debited and GRIR will be credited. Clear?
Yeah.
Here asset will be debited, GRIR will be credited. Is this account assignment category for purchase order clear? Is this clear
So
or any confusion anywhere?
we have three on assignment categories.
Four.
Huh?
Fourth one is blank.
Blank is material only, right?
No, this is also an account assignment category. Blank is also one drop down if you select here.
Huh.
Blank is also
common scenario, generic scenario.
Correct. So I'm not taking everything. Whatever we will be using as a FICO consultant, that is what I have listed here.
Asset we use, then asset we use, then
These are not needed. Just refer only this Excel sheet which I'm going to share today.
order and asset.
Okay. And your GRIR. So here let me write debit is from PO, credit is from OBYC. Same here.
When we talk about purchase order, right?
No, this is the entry during goods
GR, you are done. Okay, GR.
So entry during goods receipt in case of different purchase order categories, account assignments. If it is A, this is the accounting entry. Debit is coming from purchase order, credit is coming from OBYC setting. Where from OBYC we will be writing in detail. Like in coming sessions, maybe tomorrow we'll fill all this. Just these one-liners you need to remember. And in case of F order, debit is coming from purchase order, credit is coming from OBYC. Why OBYC? Because everywhere you see it is GRIR account. Correct?
Yeah, right.
Everywhere it is GRIR account. So wherever GRIR, it is coming from OBYC. So let me write OBYC WRX. WRX OBYC WRX. Clear? Is GR point clear, everyone? There are 4 scenarios in GR. These are those 4 scenarios. People will wantedly ask this question just to check your understanding. Because everybody will tell whatever the scenario, they will tell the same entry, inventory debit. And you will get a cross question. If purchase order is created for a cost center, still inventory is debited, they will tell yes, inventory is debited, but it is not. If it is created for a cost center, then there will be a cost element assigned in the purchase order itself. That purchase order assigned cost element will be debited. Okay, and invoice receipt, in every case it is the same. Invoice receipt, it is the same in every case. Let me put this here. Invoice rate is received is common. There's no change in the invoice receipt. What is the invoice receipt accounting entry? GRIR debit, vendor account credit. If you remember this thing alone, you are thorough with FIMM integration. If somebody is asking, you can talk fluently without any confusion. But the point is, you need to remember these one-liners clearly. Okay. If you are clear with these one-liners, it is very easy for you to explain the integration in the interview. And once this is done, you need to understand valuation class and one more thing called
Valuation grouping order.
no, that is not needed. Price determination. So
Moment
valuation
type.
class is like you will have not needed now. That will add later. Raw material 3000 and finished goods 7920. Remember only these two as of now. Rest I'm not adding because these are the two which most commonly used. And price determination is standard price and V moving average price. You need to understand material material ledger. You also need to write standard cost estimation. Mandatory for S price determination materials. If your material is valuated with price determination as S standard price, then standard cost estimation is mandatory. Okay, then people will ask, how do you estimate the cost of a material? You must know what is the process and how standard cost estimation is done. Though the config and all from the CO side, cost estimation can be done by FI consultant, which means as a FICO consultant, you must know how a material cost estimation is performed. Clear? This is mandatory. Or you cannot tell, I have not done it in my project. CO consultant did this, you cannot tell. If somebody is asking about standard cost estimation, you must know. Right? So let me show you this. I'll show all this practically in the system, don't worry. If I go to MM03, RM1, sugar powder. I don't know where this is created. I go to accounting one. So do you see valuation class here? What is the valuation class here? What is the number?
3000.
3000.
3000.
Valuation class 3000 means what kind of material it is?
Raw material.
Raw material. If valuation class is 3000 in the material master data accounting one tab, it is a raw material. If it is a finished product, if I open the drop down, if it is a finished product, So it is not coming because this material type is raw material. That is why only raw material related valuation class is appearing. Okay. And what is the price control here?
Moving average.
This is V, price control. Instead of price determination, let me put price control. Yes, price control material. Okay. Price control, V stands for moving average, S is for standard price. You open the drop down. There are two things. One is standard price, the other one is moving average price or periodic unit price. Now, if it is moving average price, how your price fluctuates? If it is a standard price, how your price fluctuates, you have to understand. Okay. If there are any differences, how differences will come, you need to know. If the price determination is S or price control is S, you will have the standard cost estimate here. You will see what is the cost estimation for it, and this will show you the estimate like this. What is the current price, what was the previous price, what is the future price. Now this cost estimation is performed in CK11N. So any existing material material by we find plant and plant. Any other place where you find plant? This is part. Yeah. Anybody is able to find plant here?
Segmentation. Oh, no.
So normally here we will estimate the cost for a material. And show clearly this 640 coming from there. I think it's better we do a config for this so that only you will understand. Price TMB EW is the table C16 and VMB EW material 58 violation area 2000 session SE CK13 and let me display. Plant is 3030. This is PPC1. It's material. There's no cost estimation. Then nobody did this properly in this. So usually you have to estimate the cost here. This cost will display the price from the material master. So this is normally the standard price. So this is not something which we can directly update. This will have a breakup. Any standard price that you are updating, if it is a raw material, there is no breakup. If it is a finished product, there will be a breakup for the price. And how that breakup will come is what you'll have to understand here. Only then you will understand integration properly. Otherwise, it is just a theoretical part. That is not going to be sufficient in the interview, because they'll expect a little more from us in the interview. To meet their expectation, we must put a little extra effort here, so that we'll be able to at least speak something. Okay, so price control is what you'll have to understand. And one more thing is your price difference. So process in case of price control S and V. So if the price control is S, how price differences are treated, and if price control is V, how price difference is treated is what you'll have to understand. This also people will ask in the interview. Did anybody get this question in the interview? Whoever attended so far?
Can you repeat the question? This question was asked by one interviewer.
So
Hello?
if the price determination standard.
Hello, but he asked me in a scenario. He gave me.
Scenario. They want you to explain scenario with the accounting entry. So along with the accounting entry, they will expect you to tell. You need to take an example. Let's say purchase order price is 100 rupees, and then the standard price is 120 rupees, and how price difference will take place, and what kind of a GL account is a price difference. Is it a P&L account or a balance sheet account? What happens to this price difference later? All these things they'll try to ask, and you need to have the answers for this. If you are able to answer these questions, you will get good weightage. Like whatever the answers that you are giving will have more weightage for these areas. How effective we are talking about the other topics is all on the one hand, and how effective we are talking about the integration, these points, is on the other hand, because this will hold more weightage in your interview. But the point is, you need to at least tell the process, prove that you can understand the process, the logic. You need not be correct, you need not be accurate, but if I understand that yes, the process, more than enough. No need of perfection in this integration area. You just need the proper logic, proper understanding. That is sufficient. Clear? Just need to know what happens, from where what value is coming, what is what. And one more thing you need to understand, MTS, which is nothing but need to stop. MTO. Yeah.
Ajay, will you take this session again?
Yeah. This will be repeated multiple times, because these are whatever I'm discussing today. Yeah, I will discuss in detail with the system configuration, all this integration and all this I'll show in the system. Purchase order, everything I'll show in the system with config.
Because I am not able to understand anything. That's why I'm asking you.
Right, right. This is not understood. Straight away, this will not come. This I'm just writing so that you at least can go through this sheet. And terminology is something that you will understand only when you listen to it multiple times. Single go, it will not come. That is why I'm writing in theoretically simple one-liners. Then we will configure this. We will create a purchase order. We will create goods receipt. We will create invoice receipt. All these accounting entries we will see practically in the system.
Ajay,
Okay.
hello.
Yeah.
Scenario was like that, like this. We have done goods receipt of, let's say, 10 quantity. Okay. Then we have issued, let's say, 2 quantity. Then we have now 8 quantities only, right? And we then receive invoice. And let's say this goods receipt we have, price was 10 rupees. And when invoice came, it was 12 rupees. So he asked me where this, difference will go. And calculate me and tell me.
The difference will go to price difference account straightforward. This price difference is a
How
P&L
much?
account.
How much? How much?
You
That
need
is
to
the
know.
question.
You need to know the purchase order price and invoice price.
But he issued also, some quantities, right?
No, that is fine. That issue.
That is not. That is,
the issue quantities will have connection with the production and all. But this is purely with your purchase order price and your billing.
Right, right.
Okay, it is in short your material master price and PO price.
Yeah.
Yes, Ramakrishna.
Sir, can we say this one standard price between the standard price and actual price?
Correct. Standard price is nothing but a material master price. Actual price is nothing but purchase order price. Yeah, you're right. Correct. You're right. And this terminologies is like, just try to remember this because I'm going to show all this practically and we will be discussing in detail about all this. Okay. Because focus is more on these areas in the interviews. So wherever there is more focus, let us try to focus only on those areas in the beginning, and all the smaller topics, small bits and pieces, we'll take it up at the end. Okay, everyone, clear, right? That is why small points I'm not covering now. I'm just skipping small points so that you'll have a lot of things to practice. I don't want so many things for you to practice. Practice only the relevant ones for the interview point of view. Okay, wherever you are tested, let us practice, let us experiment only on those areas. And for today, what you do is just refer this from this FIMM integration. From here you just refer. From here you refer. When you refer this, try to understand purchase order will have no accounting entry. Goods receipt will have an automatic accounting entry. This is the standard goods receipt entry. If there are any scenarios, yes, there are 4 scenarios in GR goods receipt that is based on PO account assignment category. If PO account assignment category is asset, this is the entry. How entry is coming is listed here. This is at one liner high level we have written, and this one liner you just need to remember. Just read multiple times so that if somebody is asking, they will expect this one liners from you in the interview. They don't want in detailed, in-depth answer from you. If you tell these one-liners, they understand that yes, you know the concept, you know the logic. Okay. Okay. All right. So any other questions here? Just refer this sheet. go through this. If you go through this, you'll understand the accounting entries, and understanding the accounting entry is mandatory here. It's mandatory. You must know this flow. There's no
Ajay,
exception here. Yeah.
can you explain customer billing accounting entry?
Customer account debit, sales account credit. We have not come to OTC yet. We are still on the P2P only. First, let us understand P2P, then we'll start discussing about OTC or sales order, FISD integration. At a time, if we discuss two, it will create confusion. So let's understand, let's be clear on this first, then let's come to the sales order or FISD integration. Once the basic part is clear, then I'll give you some assignments, some kind of questions or some kind of points I'll tell you, which you can even Google, you get the lot of theoretical information on it. Then you'll understand. I'll tell you what information you need to gather, and if you prepare that information, that is more than sufficient to clear any interview for this FIMM, FISD topic. Okay, because it is a mandatory question, mandatory topic in every interview. If it is a FICO interview, this question is mandatory, and they expect us to be very specific, very confident, very accurate, because they treat this as a basic functionality in SAP, and must know topic for a FICO consultant, because it is tightly integrated and you are responsible for this. And what is integration testing, what you will do in integration testing and all, we are going to talk. People will ask, what was your role in the integration testing in your project? Then you need to know what is integration testing. It is nothing but your FIMM testing. And MM consultant will create the purchase order. MM consultant will do the GR. So for him, logistic module will get updated. For you, this entry will get updated. This entry is posted automatically. Nobody is debiting, nobody is crediting. It is getting debited, credited automatically based on the config. You need to verify whether the accounting entry is coming according to your config or not, and values are coming properly or not. What exactly you will do in integration testing, we are going to discuss. So that if somebody is asking, you are very keen on this. You should be very clear on this part. Okay.
So tomorrow are we going to see it in the system tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow, because config itself will take good amount of time. Maybe 2-3 days it will take for us to config MM and ST related. I can show you in existing company code, but I want you also be in a position to create a purchase order, do goods receipt, do invoice receipt. I want to make sure that you're all in a position to create a purchase order, do goods receipt, do invoice receipt. So we will do configuration, then we will take the screenshot of all the config in one session, probably this weekend, because it will take more than 2 or minimum 2 to 3 hours it will take, the config of MM.
Okay.
With one scenario of executing, because you need to understand what steps exactly you need to configure. It's a blind configuration. When I say blind configuration, don't think why you're doing all this. Simply configure it, the end result for us to get this result. For that, you need to perform MM settings. In reality, these are the config of MM consultant. Since we are not having any MM here, we have to config for ourselves. That way you will get to know a little bit of MM module also. But you must be familiar with purchase order creation. Only when you see it practically in the system with an example of your choice, you will understand to it. Otherwise, this theoretical is always confusing. You must see it practically in the system. Only then your doubts will get clarified.
And then we can also understand integration also better.
Correct. Only then, if somebody is asking a question, you will have confident answer in your own way.
Yeah,
Right. So we'll be focusing on integration and asset accounting from tomorrow onwards. Once integration asset accounting is done, the major part for the interview is completed. Major portion, the key players are completed. Because we have done LSMW, we are thorough with baseline config, we are thorough with manual BRS. EBRS is very simple. If you know manual BRS, in one session we will close EBRS. There is only 10% change in EBRS, 90% same as your manual BRS. And then assessment distribution, these points are very small topics, like one-day sessions. But if you are thorough with this, those are all very, very simple. They don't take much time. Clear, right? Any questions in this? Anyone?
I have few questions, sir. Can you scroll down, please? Little bit more. Can you explain the valuation class, price control, standard estimation, price difference? Just explain
These
it.
are from the material master. Valuation class will tell you whether a material is a raw material or a finished product.
Okay.
Because in your balance sheet, you have to show inventory, correct? Under asset side.
Yeah. Yes.
So when you are showing inventory, you need to show very specifically what is the raw material value, what is the finished product value, what is the packing material value, what is the semi-finished product value. Agree?
Yes.
Then how do you understand, how do you segregate which material is raw material, which material is packing, which material is finished? It is based on the valuation class, and this valuation class is key element for us to map the GL account.
Okay.
It's like assignment of reconciliation account in the vendor master data. When you
I
create a
don't
vendor, you need to
understand.
tell.
Deep, please keep. Let him explain first.
When you
Okay.
create a vendor, you need to tell, right, whether this vendor is import vendor, export vendor, or third party vendor.
Yes.
Same way, when you create a material master, each material when you create, you need to select what kind of material it is, because your inventory is different. Raw material is different, finished product is different. As of now, let us go only with two types. One is raw material, the other one is finished product.
Yeah,
So
remember
for
the
raw
screen.
material, you will
I don't know.
for raw material, you need to trigger a different GL account. For finished product, you need to trigger a different GL account. This different GL account will be triggered based on the valuation class in your integration setting.
We have two types of valuations, right? One is for when we are doing configurations. Two types, valuation and something other related to that. Okay. Yeah, I understand the screen settings. Let's not go there. We can read others.
Yeah.
I want to keep
Yeah.
just only summary on.
Ajay,
Clear?
hello.
Yes.
Price control, standard cost estimation, price difference. You were saying some summary, right?
Price control is like any material that you have in your company should have a standard price, right?
Yes.
Standard price is like a benchmark price. Let's say if I tell I have a pen, I cannot say that this pen will be available in the market for 1,000 rupees. I have to put a standard price. For 10 rupees, you will get this kind of a pen. I have a dimension for a pen, right? Maybe it's a ball pen, or it's a gel pen, or it's 0.5 mm, or whatever it is. There are different ranges, right, in pens also.
Yes.
So based on the category of a pen, you need to have a standard price, so that if a vendor is not supplying the pen, or whoever is purchasing that material in the market, so they will have the idea, okay, this is our budget, so we are spending only 10 rupees for procuring this pen. If there is no control as such, people can go and buy for any price, correct?
Yes.
So if you are purchasing for any price, if the price is lower, then there is no problem. If the price is higher, then there is a problem. You are increasing your cost.
Correct.
So you need to have a benchmark. So that is where you have the standard price, where this standard price is compared with the actual price, so that you will get to know variance, the differences.
Okay.
Definitely there will be a difference. It is mandatory. Why the difference is coming, where the difference has come, and what we did with the difference is what we need to understand. It's like a continuation that we'll do in the upcoming sessions.
Okay. To put it in a simple way, it is this standard price and moving average price is just like foreign exchange rates, right? We will put some benchmark for foreign currencies, and at the month end,
No.
we will, in a layman terms, in layman.
Right. You're right.
Can I explain again? I have some idea.
Yes.
Hello. Okay. So standard price, when we talk about the standard price, Venkat, so mostly we consider finished goods, and semi-finished goods, right? When we talk about raw material, so it is always a moving average price, right, Ajay? Hello.
Yes. You're right.
So moving average, why we are selecting here this raw material as a moving average price? Because for every goods receipt it can change, right? It depends on goods receipt and then invoice also. So that's why it is keep changing. That's why we have selected it as a moving average price. I think so. The prices keep changing. But when we talk about finish and semi-finished goods, so in real time mostly it is the standard price only. They don't want this price to be changed time to time. That's what I know. Is it correct, Ajay?
Yeah. You're right.
So my question is here, Ajay. So mostly when we talk about material type, let's say material type is raw material. So for raw material valuation class is 3,000, right?
Right.
So why there is 3,000? Then they can also say that this valuation class is raw material.
No, this 3,000 raw material class is SAP standard raw material class, but in real time, based on the client business process, there may be multiple raw materials. Different type of raw materials they may have, then different evaluation classes are created by consultant.
Okay. It is like a breakup only, right? Breakup.
Correct. Right. So based on the valuation class only, you will be able to map a GL account to a material.
Right. Understand. Yeah.
Okay, when we do it in the system practically, that time I will show you the connecting points.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And we can also create customer or valuation classes also, right?
Yes. So refer this today, right? This FIMM, FIST integration, which is very much important and mandatory topic in every interview that you attend. You attend 100 interviews, this question is asked in 100 interviews. First step is to remember this table, because this is a very, very basic one. Then you have different other things. So different other things you will understand. 1 minute. Different other things you will understand only when you have clarity on the table that you are seeing here. This is the base. If you are clear with this, there are different settings in the integration. The different integration settings are very simple for you if you are clear with this. If you are confused with this, the other settings are also tricky. Okay.
Hello. So mostly in interview they also ask transaction keys also for this, So it is quite confusing sometimes.
Transaction keys and movement types we will list out in the upcoming sessions.
But still it is very confusing, If we
No, no,
say
no.
that, you know, for
I'll tell you the ones which we most commonly use. You don't have to refer any Google, nothing is needed. Whatever I list out on the Excel sheet, remember only those, tell only those in the interview. More than enough. Other than that, whatever they ask, tell you are not aware. Or tell you do not remember it, you forgot it. You cannot recollect it. Whatever they ask, other than what I list on the Excel sheet, tell you are not able to recollect it currently.
okay, fine.
Okay, because most common ones I'll not list everything here. I will list out which we use most commonly in a project.
Real time.
Huh. So if we are using 6, I'll write only 6. Though there is another 6, we'll ignore the other 6. We'll go with only the 6 which are used in a project. Tell only those 6 to everybody. The other 6, tell you forget it. You forgot or you do not recollect it now. You have to check once again. It is fine. Accepted everywhere.
Right.
But those mandatory 6, you must not accept it if you tell you do not know or you are not aware of it. Clear?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay then. So this sheet we go through today. Tomorrow we'll have a little more discussion by revising from the beginning of MM and ST integration. Okay. We'll be discussing integration tomorrow as well, so that you become familiar, you become comfortable with the terminology, process, and the entries. Okay. You have to get familiar with these topics, these terminologies as soon as possible. Clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay then. So we'll connect at the same time tomorrow.
Okay, Ajay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.